All right, so this is part two of the series, and the topic is it's a very important topic. It's facial recognition. Or a lot of countries, even for visitors to enter in, they're doing fancy stuff. There's facial recognition, there's fingerprinting, right? It's your body part, it's your thumb, it's your face, and someone trying to gain access to so much of personal stuff. So it has raised a lot of privacy and civil rights concerns. And in part one, there was some extremely interesting feedback and commentary from some of our advanced members. Only got a few comments in, and then I gave some time for other advanced members and our regular commenters to come back and provide their feedback. This is particularly very important when it gets into some serious stuff like DNA collection and all that kind of things, because this is, again, as I said, your thumb, your body parts. And the point is not, I know they want to make it secure, but sometimes people don't like this fidgety stuff, right? They want to stay away from all these fancy things. When they collect all this information, it's with a third party. It's, in fact, for some people, it might be unsafe for them, right? So it might be making their country safer. But personally, if it violates your rights and let's say they misuse that information, I'm not saying they would, but there's a chance that at least someone might think that that could happen. So let's take a look at some of the feedback that we have received. And expectedly, the result was 21% people now feel that they don't care. They believe in karma, right? So that's one. And the second is 79%, so almost 80% people feel that they want to know more about what can be done, the precautions that can be taken. But here's what I would do, meaning this is their idea of what they feel can be done. There's some interesting reactions to one of our advanced members comment about, and he mentioned stuff about sunglasses and a few other things, and I've made a separate video. Now, if you have missed the part one, it's very interesting. If you've missed it, you can always take a look at this link that appears above. Now, let's take a look at some of the commentary here. The Roy bit adds Panama also fingerprints, and he wasn't aware of it till he actually was at the immigration checkpoint. So they change all these things, and this is something that we discuss in depth. We do a deeper dive in our advanced polls and chats. There's some advanced topics where we share reactions. There's also news feed and changes to important programs. There was a recent change to the D7 program. There are a bunch of new residencies that have been launched. There's some information about the 5 ways, about the Estonian residency options. Of all of that kind of stuff is posted to advanced polls and chats. If you are not an advanced member, then you can always click the link in the description, sign up for the advanced membership. That way you gain access, the full access to all the channel stuff. CryptoNerd here also says that there's a complete list of countries that do so, which is your fingerprinting business, right? So, and interestingly, some countries let you enter without a fingerprint, and when you're exiting, there's no other option. You got to give your fingerprints and then you exit. So that's a little concerning for a few people. The Rabbit says, I just saw a country on that list that he already has tickets to go to. So sorry, Rabbit, Kuwait tops it all with DNA samples from visitors. Now, this is freaky stuff, right? If this is true, that is what the article in the previous comment says. Crazy stuff. And let's move on to a slightly different nuance here. CryptoNerd says APEC card might be a game changer to help avoid that for certain countries. Now, APEC is a huge benefit. This is almost sort of unheard of. It's a big advantage. It's a business access to a bunch of countries, 19 countries that really, really matter. And a lot of Australian clients are very well versed with APEC. I get a lot of Australian clients who have the APEC. They want to continue using the APEC. And shockingly, APEC is available, the feature is available on the Mexican passport. So let's say you're giving up your Australian, you're switching that with Mexican. The Mexican is giving you the NAFTA access, right, to all of North America. So you cover your Canada, you cover your US. But when you add APEC, it becomes a lush green tank. It's a very useful benefit. If you want to know more about the whole APEC and what are other passport options that you can add or tag the APEC onto, if you've missed that coverage, you can return and take a look at this video that appears above. This covers the whole APEC technology. Eskrans here talks about, in the last statement he makes, fingerprints may be outside the limit since many desirable countries require it, and really any immigration service can randomly choose to fingerprint people. However, collecting DNA samples crosses a line that is unacceptable. Let me know your thoughts. Okay, fingerprints we're used to, but let's say you're visiting a country and if they ask you for DNA samples, it's your DNA, right? It's your DNA. Is it fair to first ask for the DNA, and would you be going to a country which is actually asking you for your DNA samples to enter or to exit? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. An infected voice here makes an interesting comment. ETAs will make multiple passports useless with so many restrictions. US, Canada, New Zealand, Australia, South Korea ask for ETA already, and the UK and EU will follow next the trend. Yes, absolutely. Before a visitor waiver or visa free access is when you have a passport, you take no action, you turn up to the country of where you want to visit, and they let you in after normal questioning, and that is visa waiver. Anything that requires you to apply, whether it's online, whether it's in person, that's irrelevant. Once you're applying, you're supplying some information, they're asking you a bunch of stuff, you're filling out some forms. It could take 15 minutes, it could take a couple of weeks, but you're waiting for some approval. They're doing some processing with the information that you're providing to them. They're saving and storing that information. You're signing a bunch of agreements. If they approve, then you go. If they don't approve for whatever reason, they think you're a security threat, or they ask you for more questions, or they deny your request, if there's any such option involved, then that is not visa free. That's an visa, whatever kind of visa, ETA, soft visa, e-visa, whatever you want to call it, that's not a visa free access in my opinion. And none of this stuff is immigration advice, and these opinions are people's personal opinions, right? None of this stuff is advocated. This is all personal stuff. If you have certain precautions that you like to take to save yourself from a lot of contact. Also, an interesting comment that Roybit made on some of the post is that when you're wearing a mask, it's really helpful to protect yourself from the COVID stuff, as well as just makes you feel more secure. Let me know what are some of the precautions that you like to take when you're traveling abroad, and what are some of the best practices that people can follow to stay safe. And if you are interested in learning about 6 countries that can run in parallel, meaning your citizenships can all run in parallel, if you've missed that all important coverage, you can hop onto this next video. This talks about 6 countries where citizenships can be started in parallel, depending upon which phase of your life you're in. You can schedule these correctly and you can get started. If you are interested in starting any residency, you want to get started with any citizenship option, you can always click the link, book a call, and we can discuss what is the best case residency or citizenship in your case and get you started. We have a lot of attorneys in all these places that we talk, most of the places that we talk, so you are pretty covered. Hope you liked this video. If you did, give me a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any important coverage, and catch you in the next one.